best piece of advice that someone has given you, and who is that person?
Let me see. I mean, probably Puffy. He told me one time that if you're sleeping, somebody else out there is working harder than you, and that's very true. So you gotta take advantage of the time that you have and constantly work on your craft. He also was a big fan of repetition and just saying that repetition leads confidence, and so that's something that sometimes we take for granted, but if you really think back and look back on your life, you'll notice that you practice that all the time, and sometimes we get a little intimidated by the learning curve, or we're always looking at the big picture and not looking at the steps to get to that. So, you have to get in that space where you're not afraid of that, and you're not afraid of the moment, and you just, start getting on this repetition thing, and then next thing you know, it becomes involuntary to you, so you can just do it in your sleep. So that's something that he always used to talk about, with songwriting and making songs and tracks and things like that. Just get in the zone, get in the moment, and just do it every single day, over and over and over again. Just write a song a day, make a track a day, make 5 tracks a day, and at that point, you're in the moment and you're doing your best work.
Who's been your favorite artist to work with?
Probably Beyonce. Michael Jackson was interesting and it was different, but Beyonce was more of a thing for me, because it was like I had this vision of what the song was in my head, and I just gave her the track, and they came up with something that was exactly what I was thinking as I was creating it. And that's kind of rare, but it says something about your music, because it sparks a certain emotion in the writer to come up with exactly what you were thinking as you were creating the music. So, and I think that's like one of my proudest moments as a producer, because I know that record will go on forever. People will make babies off of that record. People will share special experiences with that record. So that's a very a great moment for me as a producer to create something like that.
Yeah, that record's amazing.
Thank you.
Do you remember the first time you heard it?
Well, I gave her the track, and I didn't hear from them for like 8 months, and then all of a sudden I get a call in the middle of the night, and they're like, Beyonce's gonna be in the Hit Factory tomorrow, you're mixing the record. I was like, well, mixing what record? She's like, she wrote a record, track number 9, and then I got in the studio and I heard what she did on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, it was like, she sounded like Minnie Riperton, and she was just killing it and just brought it to life, and it was just like, it was very erotic, and it was just like everything that I envisioned with the record. So I was just blown away by what she added to the record, and just talking to her, we had a certain chemistry with our approach to making that record. What she was doing vocally and what I was doing to the track and things like that. So it was dope.